What's up guys, welcome back to Half Man Half Tech. My name is Ben, your host. So as you can see here, when it comes to macOS 12, we now have a new update, and you can see right there that it's macOS Monterey 12.0.1. Now already before updating, you can see that the version has been updated, because if you go to the About This Mac section before I update, you can see that I'm on version 12.0 and this is beta 10. So we've jumped from 12.0 to 12.0.1, and the reason why I'm able to see this update is because I'm on the developer beta. So if you are a public beta tester and you are waiting for the public release of macOS 12 RC, then look forward to it tomorrow, as well as the IPSW file and the full installer. Now for me here, you can see the update size when it comes to macOS Monterey 12.0.1, that it came in at exactly 1.93 gigs, and I was updating from macOS 12.0 beta 10. So if you're coming from a different version, you might see a different update size. So the download process actually took about 24 seconds, and I timed the preparation, and it took exactly 18 minutes to be able to prepare this macOS 12.0.1. Now obviously this is not all that Apple released today. It's been a busy day. As you know, we had an Apple event and these releases that I'm covering here. So you can see here on the Apple software downloads page that today Apple released macOS Monterey Release Candidate, and also they released iOS 15.1 RC. They also released iPadOS 15.1 Release Candidate, watchOS 8.1 RC, and tvOS 15.1 RC. Now some other updates that were released today that aren't listed here. If you visit my Twitter page, you'll be able to see that Apple also released audio-OS 15.1 Release Candidate, and if you are on macOS Catalina or Big Sur, I'll be happy to let you know that very soon you'll be having new updates, as today also released Catalina Security Release Candidate 2021-007, and also macOS Big Sur 11.6.1 Release Candidate. Now most of these updates I do cover here on the channel at Half Man Half Tech. So if you want to stay up to date when it comes to Apple software update and a lot of Apple related content, then a sub to the channel would be appreciated. Now if we go to see the software changes that came with this macOS 12.0.1 release candidate, we go to the About This Mac section and you can see the version, and it's 12.0.1 after you update. So the version has been updated from 12.0 to 12.0.1, and also the build number that came with this update has been updated. So it's a final release build, as you can see, and it's 21A558. and before on macOS 12.0 beta 10, the build number we had was 21A555 to A. So we jumped from an A to like an official release, as you can see here. Now if we go to see the storage being taken up by this macOS 12.0.1, you can see that it's calculating. It just takes a moment to show the system storage or the macOS storage. Now as you can see here, it's showing system data, and there it is, macOS. You can see that it's taking up 16.86 gigs, and so previously on macOS 12.0 beta 10 it was taking up 16.65 gigs. So this macOS storage or system storage went up slightly, coming from macOS 12 beta 10. So that's the software changes. Now in terms of new features and changes that came with this macOS 12.0.1 release candidate, you can see that most changes that came with Safari 15 or macOS 12 have been undone with this macOS 12.0.1. So you can see the tab design that it has been reverted to what we had with macOS 11 or macOS Big Sur, and basically if you want to enable the new ones that came with macOS 12, you would have to go into your preferences and you would have to change your tabs. So this is how the current one is set, and you can see the compact one, and most of some other settings and advanced settings have been defaulted to what we had before Safari 15. So a lot of people didn't like this Safari 15 changes and so on, so perhaps that's why Apple decided to make these changes and give people the old version and allow them to make the changes themselves. Now, also, as you might know, Apple released a new 2014 and 2016 MacBook Pro models, and they have a notch. In my opinion, it initially looked a little bit off, but it just grew up on me, and you can see a picture that sort of depicts the note. But with macOS 12.0.1, it's built in the software that when you enter into a full screen mode of an application, your macOS software sort of tries to hide the notch by placing a black bar around the section that isn't covered by the notch in order to give it a uniformed design. So that is also something that you are going to see if you are going to be getting the new MacBook models. Now, also another unfortunate thing that came with this update when it comes to FaceTime, let me just show you what I have here. So before on macOS 12.0 beta 10, I had a share option here that I could share my screen, although it wasn't fully functional. But with macOS 12.0.1 release candidate, that feature or function has been removed. So FaceTime is now dubbed to be coming later on. So if you go to the beta.apple.com website and try to see what it says about macOS, so we'll go to macOS Monterey right there, and the first thing that you're going to see once this page loads up, you can see that it talks about FaceTime, and you notice that FaceTime is coming or is available later this fall. Also, when it comes to universal control, let me just go down to the universal control section. So you can see universal control, one way to work across your device, and it also says available later this fall. So universal control and SharePlay when it comes to FaceTime have been delayed. Most of the FaceTime features besides SharePlay are going to be working if you have a supported Mac, but it's just unfortunate because with universal control also it's been delayed. And if you go into your system preferences and go to your display section right there, you can see that you can add a display right here. So this is mirroring or extending to my Apple TV that's in the living room. When I try and search for universal control, you can see that it's somewhere there in the OS, but when I click on it, you can see that the options to try and select a peripheral devices like a mouse or keyboard have been disabled with this update. If you go to display settings, you can see that these are my monitors that I have, but universal control is coming later on. So it's also one of those things that I mentioned that it's a major thing, and if we aren't beta testing it, then most probably it's going to be delayed. Now again, if we go to the Safari version that came with this update, you can actually see, so that was not the one. If I go to Safari and go to about Safari, you can see that the software version has been updated, although some of the Safari settings have been brought back to prior to what we had with macOS 11 Big Sur. So the version we have with macOS 12.0.1 is 17.612.2.9.1.20, and before that with macOS 12 beta 10 we had 17.612.2.9.1.6. so the last digit used to be a .6, and now we have a .20, as you can see right there. Now also there have been updates when it comes to the App Store. So if you open up your App Store, you might not see this when you go to your update page. So for these apps, you might have to search them up manually. So when it comes to like iMovie, so let's search up for iMovie, and you'll be able to see that there's an update. So you can see here it's not showing me that I have an update, but when I click here, it does show me that I have an update. And if I go to where it says more, you can see that this is basically optimizing iMovies for the new 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pro models that have just been released. So you can see that cinematic mode, edit videos recorded on iPhone 13 in cinematic mode, and this requires macOS Monterey or macOS 12. So most of these are optimizations that will better make iMovie work better with the new M1 Pro and M1 Max chips that have just been released today by Apple. And it's not just iMovie. So if you search for Final Cut Pro also on the App Store, you'll be able to see that there's an update available. You have to open it to be able to see this update, and you can see, just like Apple mentioned today on their keynote release, it mentions improvements to object tracking, drag effect, and also cinematic mode for the new iPhones. And also a lot of these Pro apps have been updated to basically try and make better use of the new Macs that were just released today. Now also today Apple released Pro Video Formats 2.2.0, and you can always look it up, and for me it was a very smooth and seamless update. Now that's as much as it goes when it comes to the changes or new features that came with macOS 12 release candidate. So you can see the version has been updated, and just to show you what Apple mentioned in the release notes of macOS Monterey Release candidate. So if we go to the release notes right there, you'll be able to see that this doesn't actually mention a lot. In summary, there's about 8 resolved issues, and there are some known issues when it comes to like display preferences, where it might not wake up when your monitors are connected. You have issues when it comes to iCloud, core data, Mac Catalyst, maps, and a few other known issues when it comes to networking. SharePlay, as you can see, it's also mentioned that it has some issues, and we have like a deprecation when it comes to SwiftUI. So the release notes doesn't really give us much, but that's as much as I could find when it comes to macOS 12 release candidate. Now, like I mentioned, Apple released some new models today, so a 2014 and a 2016 MacBook Pro models, and you can see them right here. This is just, you know, how they look on the web, and they are available for purchase as early as today. Although if you didn't pre-order them when the keynote concluded, then you are probably looking at a delivery date that is somewhere late November or early December. But as soon as Tuesday, you'll be able to get this MacBook Pro if you ordered early, 14 or 16 inch. And when it comes to when Apple is going to release macOS Monterey, so the update or the website has been updated, and you can see that it's going to be available on the 25th. And if we go to our calendar right here, let's just pull up the widget here, and you can see that today being Monday 18th, the 25th of October is on Monday next week. So next week Monday, macOS 12 Monterey comes out, and this is an update that I'm going to be covering. I've been covering it from the first beta all the way to the official release, and if that's something you like, then stick around and subscribe, and we'll walk the journey together.